And we are live. What's good, Charles and man, dear Saint? Welcome, welcome, welcome. I really want to know podcast. I really want to know only. We're not simulcasting. We're not talking politics. We did that earlier today. We jumped on around at noon, around noon-ish, and we talked a little bit of politics, man. A lot of people weren't able to jump on because people are out working, doing their thing, living their life. And I do have the show tonight, so I wanted to jump on early, try to get one in real quick before I had to leave to go set up for the show. So here we are. Hope you guys are well. Yeah, man, I think I'm gonna start trying to do stuff earlier in the day. I'm gonna try to edit on weekends and kind of do that, and then I think what I'll do is at least twice a week jump on some political stuff. There's just a lot of there's just so much stuff going on politically that we got to talk about it. So I'll be doing that on Downrange. Um, Downrange isn't monetized. We only have a handful of people over there, subscribers and whatnot. But we're gonna get over there and have some fun, man. We're gonna talk about it, put the stuff out. Hopefully, we get some more viewership going. And then when we have big talks about stuff that affects the entire country, of course, we'll do a simulcast or something like that. So today we're gonna talk about Myron Gains, man, like Fresh and Fit podcast. Shout out to my homeboys over there, Myron and Fresh, doing their thing. You know what I mean? That's for them. Shout out to Myron Fresh doing their thing. They're having some real good conversations over there about sexual dynamic, the way men operate, the way women operate. And to me, it's fascinating to see how people just, when I say people, mostly women and some men, don't want to just grasp onto certain things. And one of those things is, hey, man, dudes cheat, man. It is what it is, right? It is what it is. So, let's get into it. And we are live. What's good, y'all? Welcome, welcome, welcome to the I Really Want to Know podcast, y'all. So the stream we did earlier today, actually YouTube shut it down at one point for a couple of minutes. I was reacting to the Piers Morgan interview on Breakfast Club, just kind of talking about what he was doing. Definitely just reacting, changing it. You know what I mean? I wasn't just running their content. I was stopping it as we do over here, react, break it down what he was saying, and YouTube shut it down for a minute. And I knew right away when they did that, I'm like, all right, they did the same thing with Thoughty too when I would have some of his content up. So just waited a couple minutes and then bam, they allowed me to get back on there. It's kind of like a warning shot. That's how YouTube does it. If you're doing something they don't like, it's a warning shot, and it'll say violation of terms of TOS or whatever. But it was I don't know what it was, but we got back into it, and then I started reacting to some breaking point stuff, and the rest of the stream was fine. Thank those shout out to those of you who jumped in there. Cody's King was in there. I Am the Single One was in there. Appreciate y'all. Jumping in. Dino Dinosaur was there as well. I did that for Brother Dino. He's the one that's like, man, you got to do politics. You got to do politics. And I'm definitely going to keep the two separate. You know what I mean? We're going to do what we're doing over here, and then we're going to build up the political channel over there on Downrange. But he's right. And it's definitely fun to talk about. It's a lot going on. It's very nuanced. And we're just going to kind of do that, man. So let's get into this, man. Like there's a video out, and this is on I think this is Laws of Distraction. No, this is Back to the Roots. This is another channel that really highlights a lot of fresh and fit stuff. You want to talk about people just taking the content and then upload it to their channel and monetizing it? That's what they're doing. Myron and Fresh are cool with it. They came out a few months back and they were like, hey, man, y'all just go ahead and do what y'all do. We're not even going to try to fight y'all on it. Just cut it up and make money. Since they're not monetized, they're like, you know what, y'all go ahead and get that bread. So Fresh and Fit isn't monetized, but you can take Fresh and Fit content and put it on your channel, and you're monetized. You can make money off of it. Weird, huh? So this is Back to the Roots. The title of this video is Triggered City Girl Got Mad After Myron Defended Loyalty. And what Myron did was basically push back a little bit and was trying to get this young woman to understand how things work, man, how it really works, as opposed to the ideal of, having that knight in shining armor, that guy who was like, I'm going to be loyal to you and I'm going to be a millionaire and I'm going to be tall and I'm going to be in shape and I'm going to be fit. And I'm going to do all this work. You're not going to have to do anything. And you're going to be all mine. That's rare, extremely rare. In fact, most dudes ain't going to do that. They do all that work. They're going to go out there and do their thing. They're going to have some fun. So we're going to break this down real quick. Yeah, probably keep this like about an hour or so. And then I'm going to have to run and go set up the show for tonight. But yeah, like I was, watching this. And for those who are watching, please do me a favor, like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. Shout out to all the people who are discovering us through YouTube Shorts. YouTube is really pushing their shorts, guys. Really pushing their shorts, even for this platform where I know YouTube algorithm doesn't like this content. I know it doesn't, but the shorts are just pushing it out there, and people are discovering the channel, and we're just gonna keep pushing it. We're gonna just keep doing what we're doing. There are people out there who need to hear this, both men and women. And it's just getting people to think differently. And it's, it's so hard to get people to critically think in today's world, so hard in today's social media, TikTok driven, short attention span world. So we need to keep hammering this home and getting people to understand. So let's pull up this video. It's about 19 minutes, 18 seconds. And this young woman is gonna get into this back and forth with Myron and Fresh. And man, she is just so wrapped up in her emotions. And it's like, she's trying to not trying, but she's hearing one thing. The fellas are saying one thing, she's hearing something completely different, which happens all the time when you're talking about this sort of thing. And I just thought I'm like, you know what? Let's do a real quick one and cover this. So let's check this out.
Honest and loyal. I'm sure they are somewhere in the world.
Very rare, though. Very rare. The more money and status a man has, the less likely he is to be loyal to you. That's the reality. Men are only as loyal as their options most of the time.
Last one here. Why do people cheat? Because they're horny.
Want new pussy.
Why do you want new pussy?
Because, okay, you want new experiences, right?
We're tired of yours.
Why you're never gonna try it?
In general. Iceland.
Yeah. So the reason why is because men want variety. Like women like to explore new things and new experiences. Men kind of look at the same way, but it's with women. Men want men want variety of women. That's just how it is. Women want a variety of emotions with one man. Men want a variety of sexual options with women. That's just how it is.
So you're not loyal?
No, that's stupid.
Well, I disagree because I've seen a lot of relationships where like I don't know, the couple like really loves each other. So I would challenge that notion.
That doesn't change.
I think that's your experience though, like your experience. Like
you hear this so often, people want to jump to anecdotal experience. She's sitting there, it's like, well, in my experience, in my life, in my limited view of the world, I've seen people that were completely in love and it was the fairy tale and it was great. And oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. But she wasn't there. Like, she doesn't understand what was going on behind the scenes. She has no idea what that woman and that man agreed to, what that woman and that man are up to out there in the real world. No idea. No idea. Right. And then when you look at modern marriage today, especially in America, like, again, we all agree that half of marriages end in divorce. So what happened to that idealistic, marriage, and we're going to be together forever? What happened? Someone got an opportunity to get out. Like, I'm just going to walk away from this because I don't like it no more. And they're gone. Right. So you look at it, some people have agreements. There are guys out there who do very well and they'll get with a woman kind of similar to what Myron does. And they say, hey, man, this is what we're going to do. I'm going to go do my thing. You're going to stay here. You're going to be faithful to me sexually, but I'm going to go out here and smash whatever I want to smash. And I won't bring home any children and I won't bring home any diseases or whatever their agreement is. And it's kind of like, take it or leave it. Those are the conditions. And some women are like, okay. Why? Because the dude is filthy rich. The guy is exactly what they want or whatever the case may be. It's like, well, he loves me and I know he's just out there smashing them other random women. It doesn't mean anything. He doesn't provide for them. He doesn't protect them. They don't have his last name and all that kind of stuff. I could see that as well. You never know what's going on in someone's situation. But when it comes to men, most men, if given a chance to have an opportunity to smash a woman, she don't even have to be a dime, man. She could be just like average, a cut above average, whatever, just willing. that dude will probably do it. Even though he's married and got children and everything, he will probably do it. And that's the point that Myron was trying to drive home, and Fresh were trying to drive home to this young woman.
I honestly think like that doesn't speak for every single man in the billion out of the
I
billions.
never said all. I said a
Well,
majority.
Okay, then
And a
majority, but we still can't prove that though. We can't prove the majority out of the billion of people in the world that every guy wants a different girl. Like I just disagree with that notion.
You disagree with the reality and
That's
biology?
your reality.
I think it's American
Okay, hold on.
American
That's
culture.
your
Hold on.
reality.
Look. This is what I mean when I say that so women are solipsistic in nature and don't understand another perspective. Men and women are biologically different. Okay, that's an irrefutable fact. Men can bust nuts to the day we die, and we can bring thousands of kids to term, right? Because men have a less of a parental investment in the biological process of child creation than women do. So women have to be way more invested in the birth process because you guys carry the child. So this is why women are way more picky than men are, right? A couple of you said on during the podcast that you're very selective. Men aren't as selective as women are. So,
and that's real. That's real. Men aren't, man. Dudes get to that, man. You get the urge, you get the itch, you're ready to scratch it. There's someone who's willing to scratch that itch for you. She could be whatever. I mean, we've all seen it. You've seen dudes like, look at Arnold Schwarzenegger when he was governor. Everything he was doing, he got caught up in that situation with the maid, right? She had his child. Like, bro, what was he thinking? What was he thinking? It went down. It went down the way it went down. And people are like, oh my God, you should have more self-control. Bro, it's one of those urges, man. It's just what it is. And he probably thought he can get away with it until he finds out, like, oh, she's pregnant. Uh-oh, what am I gonna do? Right. And then of course the information leaked whenever it leaked, and it was what it was, but not all men are going to do that. Are there some men out there who will be monogamous, who will honor their words, that will, only have the one woman? Yeah. There's some out there. Are they the majority? No, by no stretch of the imagination. Are they no, they're the ones. They're the guys. It's either the guys who have to be monogamous, that don't want to lose their woman and don't want to lose whatever the stuff they have. You know what I mean? Those guys, a lot of guys who are like, well, I gotta be this. But even those guys, if they were given an opportunity, some woman was like, yo, you can just get this, and I don't want nobody to know. You hear these stories all the time. Like, you have these affairs that pop off all the time with these good guys. And like, this argument was a well, articulated, debate between Myron Fresh and this young lady. She wasn't coming with any type of real logic. She was just talking about how she felt. I feel this, I feel that. And you get that a lot. You know what I mean? You get that a lot. Brother Grios is in the building. What's good, fam? If most women would leave a guy despite him being honest about wanting to step out and him being average, then it makes sense why most guys lie. I get why dudes lie. Dudes are gonna tell you what you want to hear to get what they want. Not just dudes. Most people are gonna do that, man. Especially to women. Right? If you lying, they buying. That's how most women are. They're gonna believe what you say. That's how so many women believe that these guys, they're besties. Oh, he's my BFF. Nah, he's waiting for an opportunity to smash you. That's all he's doing. You put him in the friend zone, he's simply waiting for an opportunity to get up in there. He want that Foxy Brown. That's why he's sitting there. So that whole friendship right there is kind of stemmed in, you know what I mean? It's rooted in deception. But like they say, man, all's fair in love and war, bro. And dudes is do and say what they can and do what they got to do to get a woman and keep a woman. The top tier guys are going to always do what they do. The bad boys are going to do the bad boy thing. And guess what? The women are they're going to stick with them because that's what they want. They might get upset. They might argue. They might fuss, but that's just what they want. This young lady was just making an argument that really didn't make much sense.
Men have a higher proclivity to want to have more partners. Now, with that said, Some guys don't have the sexual market value or the status or the ability to get multiple women. So they'll sit there and say, I'm monogamous. But the reality is most men are monogamous by force, not through choice. If you give an average guy a couple $1 million in a Lamborghini, he's probably going to be fucking bitches tomorrow. That's the reality. Now, are there some guys out there that are super religious and going to be monogamous? Of course. But that's a minority of men. The majority of men, if given the option to cheat without being, losing their girlfriend or losing their family or whatever, will do it. It's just that they might not do it, but most men want multiple women. This is a biological fact. This isn't my opinion or what I think or my reality. It is reality.
But okay, I understand what you're saying. Like, I understand all of that, but like, I don't know. I just think that
you don't know, right?
it's not true for.
So you don't know
like,
why? You just think it.
Because I do know. I do know.
Okay, so why is
but
that?
I myself think that there are people out there that do want to find the love of their life. Like
Men?
Men, yes.
Okay,
men.
are you aware of the fact that
and she's, this is like the whole fairy tale thing, right? Like, okay, yeah, dudes, women can't fathom the fact that a dude could love one woman and still go out and smash a bunch of just random chicks that he won't even remember. They can't fathom that. They just don't understand. Like, a dude could get in there, you know what I'm saying, get in that Foxy Brown bust and then walk away with that post-nut clarity. Just walk away like, yeah, back home to my wife. Back home to my wife. If women in relationships, there are women out there who do not agree at all with this young lady. There's women out there like, they'll be like, yo, girl, you tripping. Like, my dude is worth 10 million, 50 million, $100 million. Yes, I know what he's doing. I know what he's doing when he goes off to France and to Germany, and when he's off in Hong Kong, when he's in Macau, when he's in, Japan. I know what he's doing. You know what I mean? In Tokyo, in Seoul. I know what he's doing in Bangkok. You feel me? Like, I know what he's doing, but he's gonna be careful. He's gonna come home, and I run the home, and I am his wife. No other women to just play things. There are women who understand that. And you look at the divorce rate of those people who have a lot of money, the divorce rate is way lower because a lot of women are like, I'm not leaving this situation. So what? I'm not leaving this situation. It takes a lot to get them to go. So compared to regular folks that, people in those higher income levels, they don't divorce as much. It is what it is. Brother Griot, so like, to add to your point, Dio, saying there's a girl I work with who is helping me when networking, but if she was down to smash and it wouldn't affect our business relationship, I do it. Yeah, most men would. Most men would. Oh, you trying to do something right now? Most guys would do it. Like, okay. When I'm in situations like that at my age and where, with the wisdom I have these days, if I'm going to mess with a woman like that, she has to have more to lose than I do. Like, I know her situation, like if her dude finds out she does it just one time, he's probably going to get rid of her. If he's a top tier guy, if he's a lower tier dude, then he's probably just going to accept it or ignore it or whatever. But I want to deal with the woman that has more to lose than me. So if she's like, look, I just want to have some fun. I'm not trying to mess up my situation. Just like in that movie Up in the Air with George Clooney. Like, George Clooney was a guy, sales dude. He was always flying. He had like the highest, frequent flyer miles thing or whatever. The movie was okay. But he wound up in a relationship with a woman who flew just as much as he did. And they were doing whatever they were doing. He lets the co-stars, like another young woman was like, this is true love. You guys are meant to be together. Go to her house and surprise her. So he went to her house and, she had a husband and kids. And old girl was like, what are you doing here? Almost messed up the situation. But she was still like, I'll see you Wednesday in Lisbon kind of thing. Like, but get up out of here. What's wrong with you? Quit tripping. But I'll see you in Lisbon. You know what I mean? Bring that joystick with you. And that's the reality of it. There are women out there who do the same thing. Not as many, but there are women out there doing their thing. But guys, women, when women tend to want to give their bodies to a guy, like, they're gonna really care about that dude to some extent. They just don't want to go out and have random sex. Now, some women do, but most women don't want to do that. They want to be with the person that they care about and the person that cares about them. But guys, it's completely disassociated from any feelings whatsoever, man. A guy go, you know what I mean? He gets ready. That thing jumps up and there's Foxy Brown right there. Like, come on, you can have this. He's going in there. I say it all the time. It's one of the things I can say, and this is me not lying. I've never cheated. I've never been in a relationship where I'm doing something outside the boundaries that were established. If I'm dealing with a woman, I say, hey, you're the only one I'm dealing with. That's the only woman I'm dealing with. I'm not going to go back on my word. That's just how I get down. Now, what does that mean? Does that mean that I could be in Miami, you know what I mean, at the W, at the bar, having a couple drinks before I go up to my room, and then some woman who was beautiful as Bianca or Nina the Pineapple comes walking up talking about, you can get this? And I'm just going to be like, no, I have the woman of my dreams. Nah, bro. Ain't got alcohol involved? Nah, bro. You probably gonna smash. As fine as they are, you probably gonna take them up on that offer. So what do? You don't put yourself in that position. So there are guys out there who are like, look, let me not put myself in that position. Let me, you know what I mean? Let me understand male nature. Let me understand that in order for me to keep my promise to my woman, which is a me thing, not a her thing. This is something that I want to do. Let me keep myself out of these situations where I might be vulnerable. You got other guys who are like, man, if they can get away with it, they doing it every time. And they make some good points in this discussion. Let's continue.
That men can have the love of their life and still want to have sex with other women.
I just don't. Maybe I'm delusional.
Okay, please answer the question. Hold on. For 2 seconds. Are you aware of the fact that a man can easily love a woman but want to have sex with other girls?
I'm aware of that, but so can women too. Like, I mean, it's
not really.
Well, not really, because when a girl's with a guy, and you even admit it yourself, that women are from way more emotional. Like with a woman, if she's with a man that she truly loves and admires and respects, she's not gonna look at other men a lot of the times. Like, other men are invisible to her, but for us, we could be with the love of our life. We're still gonna want other girls, and if we got the chance to have sex with that girl without getting in trouble for it, we'll take it.
Even yourself, you mentioned the guy made you question yourself because he's doing some actions.
He wasn't the love of my life.
But before that, you didn't do anything. Why is that?
Like, because first off, I wasn't really like seeing him as someone I foresaw myself being with forever.
Understandable.
Like, so I guess that's why. Maybe.
But imagine if you were.
But Fresh made a real good point. Apparently, earlier in this very stream, she was saying, yeah, I found out my guy was checking out some other woman and he wanted to pick her up doing Hollywood. It was doing Halloween. It was something going on. And I didn't like that, so I left him. Right? Because he's not the one. Okay. Right? So apparently that guy didn't have everything that she wanted. But during the period where she was with him and happy with him, she wasn't looking at other dudes. And that's a valid point. If a woman is with a guy and she's really into that guy, maybe she feels that he's the best that she can do. Maybe she feels that they're perfect for one another. Maybe she feels that their relationship is special, whatever it is. She has the guy she wants. All other men are invisible to her. She doesn't care. Like, I'm not messing with no dude. I don't care if a guy comes up, hey, what's your name? My name is Mrs. John Brown. I am married. No, thank you, sir. Please, no, thank you. I'm fine. Take care. Bye-bye. Run along. And she's not going to be without her husband. Well, my husband is right there. Right? Those women that have the dude that they want, they happy as they can be. They happy as they can be. J Bones is in the building. What's good, fam? What's good? You know what I mean? Welcome. So there are guys who will have the woman of their dreams. They will have her. This is the one I want. But if he had the opportunity to smash something on the side, he probably would do it. There are other guys out there who would not do that. Yes, of course. I'm one of them. I'm not gonna if I say the words and to me, just being in the relationship, if I say you're the only woman that I'm messing with right now, then I'm gonna hold up my end of that bargain. You know what I mean? I'm gonna hold up my end of my word on that. But if I'm just dealing with a woman, I'm like, yo, you're part of a rotation. You're one of however many in the rotation. I'll tell her that too if that's the case. Like, nah, I'm not looking at you like that. We just having fun. Like, we just chilling. And if she doesn't like that, she can make a decision. I'm not going to lie to her. Most men will lie. And that's the problem with cheating. Most men will lie. And that is not good. But why do they lie? So what Brother Grios was saying, they lie because if they tell the truth, they know they're going to lose the woman. And again, all's fair in love and war. Women are lying about stuff, so dudes are lying about stuff. You know, you feel me? So it is what it is. Let's continue.
Love them. You would be even further where you wouldn't do anything with anybody else, right?
No, if I was with the partner of my life.
What's your
no.
argument here?
So I just don't agree that like I think it's like just kind of
You don't agree that the sky's blue then?
What are you saying, bro?
You don't agree. You don't agree that the sky's blue.
Like, but can I ask you? So you think like every guy, regardless, he's with the love
I never
of his
said
life?
every.
Okay, well,
Said a
majority.
Yeah.
You are stating that majority of men, although they're married to the love of their life, they have the opportunity to cheat. They're going to cheat on her. Like,
Yes.
So that's like I just disagree with that.
If they
I don't know why she disagrees with that. I mean, that is one of those things, bro. Guys are going to do that. Guys are going to cheat. And guess what? Guys are going to stay in relationships. Right? Who's out there initiating divorces? 70 to 80% of the time is women for whatever reason. Right? Paternity fraud is another thing, man. This stuff going on. Like, you want to talk about lying. Like, there's people, women might go out there one time and just step out one time and then bam, they wind up pregnant. And, you know, it's like, well, I hope it's my husband. Maybe it's my husband, or maybe it was Brock the bartender over there, or maybe it was Tyrone over there. And the baby gets here and it's like, and you know, the guy's none the wiser. He's like, okay, and they just raising a baby. And we talked about this yesterday, man. Paternity fraud is a real thing. You know, got guys out here raising children that they believe are their biological children, but they're not. Right? That's someone is lying about that. There's one person that absolutely knows, right, who the father is, or absolutely knows that it could be one of two people. Right? And so long as nothing happens and you go the rest of your life and no one knows. But there are people, you know, children that get raised and they go get a DNA test or something. They want to check the genes out and then find out, you know, 25, 30 years down the line that that's not my dad. That's not my biological dad. We know who the mom is. Right? It's kind of hard to fake that part. She had to have the baby. We know who mom is. But you mean to tell me that's not biological? That's not my dad? But he raised me. And the dad is like, that's not my son. That's not my daughter. It's a crazy situation. But this is the world we live in. So she in her mind, she wants to absolutely believe that this world consists of people who are just falling in love like in the movies and living happily ever after. That's not necessarily the case.
They were able, if they were able to cheat without being caught and lose their money, their family, etc., and there wouldn't be any negative ramifications, they probably would do it. Like, for example, if their wife was like, you know what, that girl wants to sleep with you. You know what? I don't care, baby. Go ahead. Here's a free pass. They would take it.
Will you take it?
Here's a tip for you, huh?
Will you take it?
Me?
Yeah.
No.
Women don't dictate shit about how I do things.
And then people like to do this, you know, the women like to do this. Well, what about you? Would you do it? And they dealing with a guy who's living life on his terms. Right? Here's a guy who could dictate exactly what he's going to do. There's so many people out there, mostly women, that have a problem with Myron Gains. Oh man, Myron, this and that, man, I hate that guy, da, da. And when you sit them down and ask them, like, well, first of all, they've never met him. So it's like, all right, you've never met the guy. So let's put that aside for a second. But what is it you don't like? And a lot of it boils down to, I just don't like the way he presents his arguments. I don't like the way he talks to people or whatever. It's like, oh, okay, but what about the substance? Like, about what he's saying? What do you believe that the vast majority of guys out there, or the majority of guys out there, or, you know, how many guys you think are out there being monogamous? How many guys you think will say no to an opportunity to sleep with a beautiful woman, or just a woman in general, if they can get away with it? Well, yeah, what he's saying, yeah, I believe what he's saying, but it's just the way he says it. Like, oh, come on, man. Like, come on, bro. I get it. I get it. But this is a podcast. This is their thing. This is clearly entertainment. Like, he's listening. He's heard this argument. He's made this argument hundreds, if not thousands of times already at that table. So he's just, you know, the latest one to make the argument. And then you got this other woman's like, well, would you take a pass? He's like, I don't need a pass. I'm going out there doing my thing. And the women I deal with understand that and they accept that. And if they don't, they can move on. But he's like, I've done all this work. I've made all this money. I'm out here doing my thing. I'm going to do what I want to do. Can't be mad at him.
Like
Well, are you in a relationship?
Yes. And I do what the fuck I want to do. I didn't bust my ass and make all this money so I could fuck one girl. That's stupid. And that's how a lot of men that make money think. Like, that's the reality. Like, men don't go out there and become successful and everything else like that to have a woman dictate how the fuck they're going to, live their life. The thing that made me attractive in the first place, because I live my life on my terms. I'm not going to give that up because I get a girl. And she's fiercely loyal to me, right? Obviously, because that's a woman's job, is to be loyal to a man sexually. And I'm loyal to her, where she's the only girl I care about from that perspective. Men and women love differently, and we provide loyalty in different ways. And men don't provide loyalty through sexual fidelity. That's your job. That's a woman's job, is to provide sexual fidelity. Men provide love loyalty, where I give a shit about you. I will protect and fight for you, right? I'll lay my life on the line for you. That's how men show loyalty. But women tend to conflate the two and think that we're the same and we provide loyalty the same. No, because men and women are different. We bring different things to the table, which includes the utility that we bring to the table. Your job as a female is to not be a whore and embarrass me. And my job as a man is to provide for you, take care of you, and fight and protect you and die if I need to keep you alive. That's more important. What's better? I think most women will prefer a guy that'll sit there and fight for them and die in the process than some pussy that'll sit there, I'll never cheat on you, but won't protect her in times of peril.
But
he makes a compelling argument there. Now, is Myron and the Fresh and Fit platform saying that this is how men should be? Men should do and live the way Myron is saying? No, they're not making that argument. What Myron and Fresh are trying to do here is get men to build themselves up to be attractive, to become the best version of themselves that most women will find them attractive, and those guys get to choose what they're going to do moving forward. If I'm going to have a bunch of women, I can do that. If I'm going to be monogamous, I can do that. Whatever it is I'm going to do, I can do. If I'm going to get with a woman and have a poly relationship or whatever, where she does what she does and I do what I do, and we come together and we do all this stuff, you can choose that if you want. But they're simply saying that the way men and women show fidelity and love is different. And I hear what he's saying. I hear what he's saying. And this young woman keeps going back to anecdotal experience. Her experience is way different than someone like me or you or Myron or Fresh or whatever. Each woman at the table has a different view, and they're sitting there and they're listening. Like, they're listening. It's just this one woman is like, she doesn't like what she's hearing. She's like, I just don't like it. That's what it boils down to. It's like, I just don't like it. You ain't got to like it, but you best understand it. Because if you want that top tier dude, if you want the dude who brings all that, if he's done all that, he's done all that work, he's gotten himself into that position, you're not in a position to dictate to him what's going to happen. If you can find a guy that's done all that work and you can dictate to him what's going to happen and you won, good for you. But most of the dudes who been through it, nah. Like, even someone like me, man, I ain't some women trying to tell me, you ain't gonna tell me nothing, shorty. When it comes down to it, like, nah, that's enough. Go. I said, I'm done. Oh, I'm sorry. I had to make. Bye. You know what I mean? It's either bye or I'm gone. I can easily, delete you. I can easily block you. I can easily do all that stuff, man. I know how to ghost people too. That goes two ways. Like, oh, if I see something I don't like, I'm out of there. We ain't got to talk about nothing. So when you have a dude, a top tier guy, that's how he's going to come at it. Like, man, we ain't got to talk about nothing. I'm out of here. That's it. That's the bottom line. And people like, well, I just don't like that. Okay, well, I don't know what to tell you.
I think so. Like, also too, okay, just imagine, like, there's this guy, he makes money, he's hot, he's married, and he's really, like, loves his wife, right? Like, so he like, then you're saying he's, like, basically a pussy if he won't cheat on, like, act on his desires to cheat on her. Like,
I didn't say that. What I am saying is that if I put him in a room with his wife and I said, yo, your wife is not going to, you can go ahead and have sex with another girl. She's not going to care. She's actually okay with it. They'll take that opportunity. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Also, you're not seeing the guys that are married, they jerk off, they go to strip clubs, they sign up for OnlyFans because they want other girls, but to protect their marriage, they don't want to do it in plain sight. So the thing is, like, you're not seeing the behind the scenes that most men do to have that, like, aversion to their girlfriend or wife.
Yeah, men want variety. It is what it is. It's just that, like I said, most guys are monogamous by force, not because they want to be. It's because their girl will leave them or they don't have the ability to get another girl. But if they could, they would. This is why pornography, right? A lot of times is consumed by married men. Strip clubs are frequented by married men. Guys get sugar
Hooters,
babies,
Twin
Hooters, all that
Peaks.
shit. Yeah, men want variety. Women don't have the same thirst for male sexuality. That's why male strip clubs aren't a thing. There's no fucking restaurants that I could think of where guys wear nothing and serve women.
Yeah.
Women don't give a fuck about that.
I'll tell you this.
Women.
And that's funny too, because a lot of women are like, but there are male strip clubs. Like there's a Thunder Down Under. Like you got to go to Vegas for that. You know what I mean? Wherever you living in America right now, I'm here in Tampa. We can jump in the car in less than 5 minutes. We'll be in a gentleman's club. Less than 5 minutes anywhere in Tampa. It does not take long to get to one. I mean, they are everywhere. Not quite like McDonald's, but they're like a lot. Like there are a lot. Man, like Denny's. There might be more strip clubs than Denny's down here in Tampa. You can get to one. And yes, they're full of dudes with rings on their finger, man. They're in there spending all kind of bread, man. They got their favorite girl. They go in there and they do whatever. And they're getting the VIP. They doing all that stuff, man. They're getting those lap dances or whatever. They're getting all that, bro. They going back into the special rooms and doing God knows what. Right? It is what it is. There's no businesses designed with men in there with, they have single and married women flocking in there, paying dudes money to take their clothes off and to sit on them and rub on them, do all this other kind of stuff. That doesn't exist. That whole Thunder Down Under thing or those special occasions when they go out, bachelor parties or bachelorette parties or whatever, when they hire a male stripper, man, you got to go search them dudes out. You got to search them out. But you go to any city in America, you're going to find a gentleman's club. You're going to find a strip club where women are in there making money based on their sexuality. I mean, even now in these clubs, man, you got women in there who are obese. That's something I've been seeing over the past few years. Like, what's that? Like, bro, but I talked to some dancers and they're like, yeah, there's guys in there who they're looking for that now. That's the thing. You got all sorts of variety, I guess. Like they say, men want variety. Some dudes, they look at that. That's what they want. Okay, cool. It's representative of, how most people look in America anyway. Like 70 to 75% of Americans are overweight or obese anyway. So I don't know why I was so shocked. I thought you go, in my mind, I'm like, oh, you go into a gentleman's club so you can, feed the fantasy. But that might be a fantasy for some people. It's what Myron is saying and what Fresh is saying is 100% facts. Brother Griot's watching the show made me understand Myron better as to why he views women as inferior. Now, that's Myron's thing. I don't view anyone as inferior to me. I don't view women as inferior or anything like that. I don't. Not simply because they're women. I mean, they're inferior men, they're inferior women. That's where, I'm not on that. That's cool. That's what you want to believe. Believe that. Go ahead and believe that. But I don't. But when we say stuff like that, people say, well, he views women as inferior, but he's still very respectful. Like when you meet dude in the real world, he's not out there talking crazy and, going ham on women. He's not doing that. He's just himself. Now, if a woman goes off and tries to do whatever, he'll meet their aggression. He won't touch them, but verbally he'll, say what he has to say. Kind of like the way Kevin Samuels used to do it. If you were respectful of Kevin Samuels, he would match your respect. But if you cross the line, he would verbally cross the line with you. So, it's, like that, it is what it is. And he says that, like, well, I see women in general as inferior. I don't, not as a rule, like, oh, women are inferior. I don't see it that way. But like, it is what it is. And Brother Grills is saying exactly, always better to be respectful about your options. Or I'm sorry, about your opinions. I misread that. About your opinions. It is what it is. You can say what you want. I will say this. He's not hiding behind his keyboard. He's not hiding behind some crazy ass emoji of Donald Duck. Dude is saying what he says, and you can see him. You can see him saying it. Same with Fresh. Same with me. Same with anybody who's out here, bro. Like, that's my thing. I'm all about free speech, but I should be able to see who you are as you are exercising your free speech. That's my take on that.
Women don't need this. Women don't have the same sexual urge that men do. Women want promiscuity. They want to be sexual with just one guy. Men want to be sexual with as many women as possible.
I'll tell you this. You know why they're Hooters? Not for the wings. All right.
Because the food sucks. But what else? Were you going to say something else? I don't know if you.
No,
And yeah, the food at Hooters does suck, bro. The Hooters and Doral, you can go to Hooters and Doral's in the same parking lot as the Walmart there. Man, oh man. I mean, when I went there back in 2009, they had a calendar out that year, and like 3 of the women who were in the calendar that year were working at that Hooters. They had some beautiful women in there. That food is horrible, man. Horrible. I even to this day, it's a Hooters down the street for me. I go to Hooters, man. I ain't trying to eat nothing. It's like, why are people in there? They're in there to talk to the girls.
I'm good. I just wanted to confirm.
God,
that I was on the right track.
I get it that it's difficult to hear, but that's what it is.
I mean, I still like
Believe what you believe.
believe what I believe.
Well, you're wrong.
Well, then you know what? That's cool. You don't always have to be right in life.
You should though. You should for your own sake.
So I'm telling you the sky's blue, and you're
Okay.
arguing with me and saying it's purple, and
But
you're gonna believe that it's purple.
That's a tangible scientific fact. You can't like prove what you're saying. I understand what you're saying, and like you could be right, but you can't really
I am right.
prove it.
I am right. Well, I could prove
But
it with. I
you
could prove it
can't.
with.
Wait, hold on. What is more right? How you feel or facts and data behind what he's saying? What's more right?
Well,
Logically.
Do you
where's
have the data?
Do you have it?
Yes, it's online.
Okay.
It's
So
actually everywhere.
like, okay.
So you're saying how I feel, my personal opinion versus facts. What's more relevant? What's more important?
I think for your world, like
My world?
for your own like life,
We're in the
right?
same world.
Right. I understand that. But like I'm okay. What I meant by world was like your own like life experience, right? I think it only matters what you
No, forget my experience. What is actually the facts behind all of our lives? What's actually there in front of us?
right. I mean, I understand that. I'm just saying, why can't
It be your way?
people just be
Okay,
like
look,
where they want to be?
look.
She's like, why can't we just all get along, man? Why can't y'all just let me have my fantasy, man? Like, it's all good, man. I'm in my world, you're in your world. Yeah, we're all living into our own world until the government comes along and says, we're about to go to war in the Middle East. We need all them young men 18 to 25, right, to go down to the draft board. Because we need more soldiers. We can't just live in our own little fantasy land, y'all. We just can't. You can try, but you need to understand this is a thing, and prepare yourself accordingly. Now, women also understand, especially here in America, that if she were to get married to her dream guy and then she realizes that her dream guy is out here, doing other things, banging other women, doing whatever, because he's, a 1% guy, she knows that, well, I can just divorce this guy, no fault divorce, and I'm going to wind up with some money. I'm going to wind up with some property. I'm going to wind up with something. Even if it's just a prenup, the prenup is going to guarantee that I get something. And if I don't like the prenup, I can fight it. And a lot of courts will try to set that prenup aside. Look at what's going on with Jeezy and Jenny Mai, and look what's going on with Tyrese. And then there's a bunch of other people like, why are you always mentioning the stars? Because it's easy to look up. You're not writing articles about Mr. Smith down the street, who's built up 4 or 5 businesses and his wife is leaving him after she smashed the pool boy, and he has to give up, half of all the stuff that he earned, all the stuff that he did while they were together. It is what it is. I'm not mad about that. That's the game. That's how it's played. Women understand that. So they're working with a net. So they can afford to go out here and just kind of be like, well, I want it to be this way and this and that. And all right, cool. That's whatever, man. You know what I mean? It's whatever. You're working with a net. I ain't mad at you. I'm not mad at you at all. But guys, guys are starting to wake up. And a lot of this because of this type of content have guys kind of thinking about it like, yeah, why would I get married? Why would I sign that contract? Why, like I'm looking at what happens to half of the people who get married in America, basically half of the people. I'm looking at these divorces, no fault divorces. And I'm looking at the payouts on the other end. And it's like, all right, I got something to lose here. The person who doesn't have anything tends to get money and resources from the other person who does have stuff. So like, well, I'm the one going in with stuff. Oh man, I don't know. I better think about this. And you still have men who are going out there getting married. What did Bill Burr say? Oh, is this the line? Is this the line for losing half my stuff? Oh, I guess I'll stand over here. Like, Bill Burr has some of the best stand up on the topic of, divorce and all that, yet he still got married. Still got married. He probably didn't have a prenup or anything. It is what it is. But if it goes bad, I hope it doesn't. But if one day it were to go bad, at least he knew what time it was. He's not going to be able to sit there and cry about it. He know what he signed up for. And that's, men have to do that. Women, same thing. That's just like, just this woman is just like, I want you guys to tell me that my fantasy is real. And Myron Fresh is just like, nah, girl, you crazy. Like, you're not making a very intelligent argument here.
Sometimes we got to tell people that they're low IQ. You're making low IQ statements right now, okay? Room temperature IQ type statements. If I'm telling you that a male's biology is designed for them to have sex with as many women as possible, which is why we can get a boner quickly, we get aroused very quickly, we can bust a nut quickly. Men typically want to have sex with as many women as possible. That's why when you see men that are celebrities or men that have status, etc., they almost always have affairs with other women. I mean, there's a trend here. You know, men are only as faithful as their options most of the time. Hell, your own relationship proved this. He was picking up a bitch on Halloween. Why was he doing that?
I didn't care though.
But that's not my point.
Care.
Like,
but that's not that's not
like my husband picking up a bitch on Halloween. Like,
it illustrates my point.
So
can you
don't hold on, like, no, what
be quiet.
She's mad because he called her dumb. He said low IQ. I mean, he didn't say dumb. I guess dumb would be harsh. But he said, this is a low IQ conversation. He didn't call her low IQ. He's like, you're just having a low IQ conversation. She is unable to articulate her point. Her point is just allow me to feel this way. That's her point. She's just like, just allow me to feel this fairy tale. Okay. No, we're not going to do that. And she's just trying to find a way to justify it. You see the same thing on Michael Sertain's podcast when he had Rollo Tomasi on there, and there were women on there trying to, justify hypergamy. There's nothing wrong with hypergamy. It is what it is. You want the best. I ain't mad at you, but you better get the best you can before you get to a certain point. There's absolute truth to that. I was just watching Rich Cooper. Today he was on Lauren does something, I forget, Lauren DeLuna, I think that's her last name. He was on her platform today. Shout out to Rich for doing it, man. Like, Rich Cooper is a heavy hitter. She has around 5,000 subscribers or whatever. So she was able to get an interview with Rich, and they were talking about, the need to reform family law and stuff like that. It was it was a very good conversation. She was agreeing with him most of the time, but even Rich Cooper was talking about that because she brought that up. She was like, hypergamy and chasing the bag and being a boss babe, and you want to lock a dude down before you're young. Rich Cooper was like, look, it honestly, in today's world, it doesn't matter how old she is. It doesn't matter, if she lets her body go or not. There's going to be a dude that would take her in. Now, the thing is this, when you add hypergamy to it, it's not going to be the guy that she wants or the guy that she feels she qualifies for. That's the whole thing. And that's all they're saying. Like, hey, man, hypergamy cuts both ways. Like, shorty, you better lock him down while you're young and beautiful, because if you wait too long, you might not even have a shot with that guy. Now, that same dude will smash you. He'll go ahead. He'll bring you over. You could be the side chick. He'll come smash you. But he's going home to his wife.
All right, be quiet. Be quiet.
Okay. Okay, I'll be quiet. I'm a woman, right?
The point I made earlier was that
it?
in your own relationship, the guy wanted other women. That's why you left him. That proves my point.
Right, but I wasn't married. Like, marriage is a sacred, important thing. And like what you're saying is divorce. It's okay for men to just go cheat on their wives.
I didn't say it's okay. I didn't say it's okay.
I have a problem with that.
I didn't say it's okay. I said most men. I didn't say it's okay. This is the thing.
So I think that's actually low IQ
Can you shut up for 2 seconds?
But I'm going to go cheat on you.
Be quiet. Shut up for 2 seconds. Because you didn't have any answers earlier, but all of a sudden you got fucking answers.
Why you're single, man.
Okay?
Good.
Like, I'm telling you that men and women are very different from a biological standpoint. This is a fact, okay? Men want to have sex with as many women as possible. Women typically want to get the best guy possible. It is what it is. I'm saying they're more likely to cheat than men want to cheat a lot of the times. They might not do it for personal reasons, religious reasons, but that doesn't change that they still want to do it. Now you're saying, well, I have a problem in a relationship, blah, 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 or a marriage. That doesn't really change anything because they're still going to want other women. It just comes down to what they're able to do. What do you mean?
I just said whatever. Obviously, it's not going to go anywhere. I have a low IQ, apparently.
You do, because I'm telling you that men and women are different biologically. I have a low IQ
because I believe, getting married means you're going to be faithful to that person.
She's like, I have a low IQ because I believe getting married means you're going to be faithful to that person. But she absolutely accepts the numbers. She absolutely accepts that 50% of marriages in America end in divorce. How can they both be true at the same time? She wants the fairy tale. She doesn't want to acknowledge reality. And Myron is basically saying, like, I mean, he did go on to say you're low IQ because she got mad. And here's the thing. Most women, especially the women that go onto this platform, they don't research what they're doing. They agree to go on this Fresh and Fit. They have no idea what they're doing. They get there maybe 5 minutes before the show starts. They're kind of trying to see what type of show it is. They get there because they want clout or whatever. They hear, oh, yeah, you should do this. And they come on there. She comes on there and it's like, hey, man, we're just letting you know how this really works. And you're like, no, there are people out there that get married and that marriage really means something. Word. I know people that have been married 4 or 5 times. 4 or 5 times. And they, you know, they it's like, okay, you've been married 5 times, which means you've been divorced at least 4, right? You've been divorced 4 times, the 5th time. You've lied to your deity 5 times. You've lied to, you know, 4 times. You've lied to 4 other people. You've broken the covenant. You've broken the contract. Right? But this time is different. How is it any different? You know, Scam Michael was asking me a year ago. He was like, hey, would you date a woman who's divorced? I'm like, oh no. He said, would you marry a woman who's divorced? I'm like, I'm not really keen on marriage to begin with, but I absolutely would not marry a woman who's divorced. Doesn't make any sense. Why would I do that? She's already proven to me that she's not going to keep her word. She didn't keep her word to her God, the deity that she believes in. What makes you think she's going to keep her word to me? No, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to sign a contract that this woman has already broken at least once. You got somebody who's been married. Oh, this is my 4th wedding. Like 4th time I've been married. So you broke it 3 times, you know, and you look at it. Okay. Someone can say, well, maybe she didn't initiate the divorce. You know, it's like, okay, maybe, you know, or maybe she's a widow. That's different. She upheld the words till death, them part. You know what I mean? I'm like, it's a head scratcher. Like, nah, I told dude, like, I wouldn't do. Well, maybe she was in the back. Maybe this, maybe that. Da, 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 da. I don't care. She said the words. She didn't keep her promise. Why would I think she's going to say those words to me and keep the promise? I'm not going to do it. Why would I sign this legally binding contract? Knowing, especially if I got more going in, that I could lose. I could lose big in this situation. Now, let's say it's a divorced woman and I don't know, she's like that meet me outside girl, bad baby. She's worth $50-60 million. Yeah, I'll marry her. I got nothing to lose in this situation. Why not? I'll stick it out. I'll get in there and try to hold out for about 5 to 7 years, whatever. I'll do my best to hold out till I get to that point, and then I'm gone. And if I want, I could take half. If I want. Now, I wouldn't, but if I wanted to, I could. The big thing is I'm not worried about her trying to take anything from me. Right? 50% chance that this thing is not going to work. Really higher than that, because of the 50% that don't end the divorce, talking about marriages, they're still not happy marriages. They're out there doing whatever they're doing. They just don't want to go through the divorce. So they might be legally married, but they're separated. They're doing their own thing. They got what's going on and that going on. They kind of stay together for the kids or whatever the reasons may be. So yeah, it's not the 50. It's not 50%. It's actually more than that. But she's just like, I want you guys to just listen to me. And she's probably never been in a discussion or a debate where someone was like, come on, man, like calling her out on it because she's cute. Most dudes in a debate with this young woman they're going to tell her what she wants to hear. Oh, no, you're right. No, you're absolutely right. Yeah, you know, there are guys. I'm that guy. I would never cheat on you. Knowing his phone is buzzing, going crazy with all the other girls he's smashing, trying to find out where he at. You know what I mean? What he up to? He's trying to get the next hot thing. But that's what she wants to believe. And, you know, she understands that she entered, you know, what did Kevin Samuel say? The need to be right. Like she entered into this discussion and she was like, I'm in over my head. But I don't want to let it go. All she had to do is say, you know what? You guys are right. I should really reconsider my position on this. And then ended it with like, it would be nice if guys would be faithful and blah, 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 and ride off into the sunset, right? And Myron Fresh was like, yeah, it would be. It would be nice, but that's not how it is. It would be nice if only 10% or 15%, maybe 25% of marriages ended in divorce. That would be amazing, wouldn't it? It would be nice if the divorce court was fair, if family law was fair, and there was an equity split down the middle, and custody wasn't an issue. It would be nice if we didn't monetize children. All these things would be great, wouldn't it? But that's not the case. So yeah, she does come off looking bad in this.
That's
Cool.
low IQ.
No. That's
Apparently.
fine. But what I'm telling you is that men still want other women. You're saying you're making a moral
Right,
argument. I'm giving you
I
a very,
understand that,
I'm
but,
giving you a biological argument.
Okay, I
never said it was
understand that.
right because you're hearing what you want to hear, and I'm just telling you this is how men think and this is what they are. You're saying, well, it's wrong to cheat in marriage. You're right about that. It is wrong to cheat in marriage. I never said it's right, but you're hearing what
Okay.
you want to hear.
Okay, that's not true because you did say like that you would cheat if you were married. So
No,
I
she
was
said, are you loyal in your relationship? I said, I have multiple.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be monogamous in my relationship.
so I don't like
not married.
understand.
I'm not
like-
married.
He's honest.
And then I'm honest with my girl. I told
Yeah.
her up front, I'm not going to be monogamous.
Yeah.
too.
And she
Okay,
chose to
then,
do so it. it's
then,
not cheating.
then that's
At
your
that point.
business.
So see
That's your
how you're
business.
hearing
But-
what you want to hear? You're not
but
really paying attention.
I disagree that I was hearing what I wanted to hear because you
You
did.
just assumed I was married.
I didn't say that. I didn't assume that.
Yes, you did.
said if you were. You said if you were
I
married.
well, I didn't even say that because she asked if I was in a relationship. I said no. I said yes, but I'm not monogamous. She said, "Are you loyal in your relationship?" But I'm not married
What's your name
because your
again?
whole argument is based on marriage right now.
What's your name again?
Kayla.
I don't know, Kayla.
Okay. Like, no, I know that. Okay, I understand what you're saying. I get it. The thing that I was like,
Bro, Kayla, grab the umbrella, man.
it was just like if you're married. I know you're not married, but like if you.
Jesus, enough with the rain noise. I don't even get that. I'm gonna have to ask him what is that? The rain thing. But they need to be right. You see it right here, man. They need to be right. You know, it's just like you said this. You said that it's right, and men should do that. Like he didn't say that. He's like, nah, it's wrong. You're lying. Tell the truth. That's one thing the Fresh and Fit said from day one. Like y'all should quit lying to these women, tell them the truth. But these dudes will never do it. They'll never do it. Don't lie to these women, man. You worried about somebody busting your windows out, keying your car, cutting your tires and all this kind of stuff, man. Going to get other men to come and try to fight you or worse. You know what I mean? You're having to deal with stuff. Bro, how do you avoid all that? You tell them the truth. They can't get mad at you if they know the truth. Like, yeah, I know. Yeah, he told me this and that. They can say what they want to the girls, but they know what they said to you. They know it. Like, yeah, he doing this thing. He told me. He ain't lying. I know where he's at. He's messing with his other girl. It is what it is. They can't get mad at you, but these dudes be out here lying. You know what I mean? The simpletons of the world, they be out here lying. Because that's how they get their women. And once they get their one woman, they want to hold on tight and, like never let go. And she gets bored with him quick. She don't want nothing to do with him. Uses him as a foodie date or experienced kind of guy. Like he's the guy that takes me on airplane rides. He's the guy that takes me on helicopter dinners. He's the guy that takes me to, to the yacht parties and all that. He's my buddy. These guys are like, cool, whatever. Maybe one day when my ship comes in, I'll get to smash. It is what it is. And Myron was like, I didn't say any though. Like people jump to conclusions. You said it was okay. Like, nah, it's wrong. They shouldn't be lying. If you would you should tell the women what's going on. Let them make up their mind. Let them decide. You need some time to think this over, love? Let me know. Get back to me when you're ready. And if they come back and they're like, yeah, I'm cool with this. I never want to see her or whatever. Like, have you seen her to this point? I'm not sloppy with my business. I'm going to tell you where I am. I'm not going to tell you who I'm with, but you know what I'm doing. If you see me with somebody, you know what time it is. I told you I was going to be there if you show up. And women to do that. Well, he's going to be at Mr. Child's taking one of his other girls. So I'm going to get my BFF. I'm going to get this dude that's in the friend zone to take me to Mr. Child's so he can see me with this dude and he'll get jealous. Right? Women do stuff like that. And the guy would be like, yeah, I saw you with dude. And then the guy stops calling or something like that. Now she's stuck on stupid. She don't know what to do. Like, well, why are you playing games? Nobody playing any games. You violated our agreement. I tell you where I am so you don't show up. You purposely showed up with some dude. You tried to make me jealous. It didn't work. I don't want to deal with you. You childish. You got to move on. You got growing to do. Go do your growing. Right? I've already replaced you. You don't have your slot anymore. Right? You've been replaced. You've been traded. That's how you should do it, in my opinion. as opposed to lying to these women and get caught. You could get caught, and now you in the wrong. And that's what Myron was saying. These dudes are wrong. They shouldn't be lying. But what Myron says, like, nah, I'm in a relationship. I'm not married. My girl understands the deal. She gets it. She is not giving anyone else her body, and I can go do whatever I want and get as much Foxy Brown as I want. She'll be right here because we have this arrangement. You can't just and this is what old girl was saying. Well, good for you guys. That's what you guys have. Like, why are you mad, shorty? Why are you mad? Because it messes with her dream.
Because the problem is that you're listening with your feelings and you're not listening with your ears. You're assuming things and you're just making ridiculous. Well, I think this and I think that. What you think and how the world really works are two different things. Men want other women. It is what it is. And your own relationship proves that point, which is what I'm trying to illustrate, that men a lot of the times are not naturally wired to be monogamous at all. And they don't want to be.
Kayla, can you make eye contact with Myron, please? There you go.
Why? Bro, I don't give a fuck if she makes eye contact.
No, it's funny, bro, but she's...
It's not funny, Chris. What are you doing? Like, it's just... I know Chris is working on it, man, but bro, what are you doing? That's why Myron was like, what the... But Myron's a loyal dude. Chris ain't got to worry about it. You want to talk about job security? Chris is in. As long as Chris wants to be there, he's there. And Myron's going to fiercely protect him, man. So shout out to Chris, but like, bro, what are you doing, man? Stop. Hopefully he's like watching these videos later. Like he's kind of going over like game footage and seeing what's going on. And it's kind of like, okay, making notes like, all right, I don't want to do that again. Or I didn't work the way I thought it would work. You know what I mean? Like, my bad, bro. I will start saying stuff like that. My bad, bro. You know what I mean? She's thinking. She doesn't have to make eye contact with Myron. She's sitting there. She's really in her head. She's thinking. He's forcing her. Remember yesterday we were talking about Sneeko, and I was like, it's good to have people who challenge your belief system. Right now, her belief system is being shocked by Myron and Fresh. Her belief system is being challenged, and she can't uphold her belief system. What she is saying isn't making any sense, and she understands that. She might not admit it on camera, but she understands, like, man, these dudes, they just rock my world right here. So, and it's good to see that she ain't tripping. She ain't really mad. Like, she didn't like the fact that, he said, hey, this is a low IQ conversation. You're being low IQ right now. She didn't like that, obviously. But sometimes you got to shake people up. Like, hey, man, what you doing? What you saying ain't making sense, man. You sound stupid right now. This is how dudes talk. Hey, bro, you sound stupid right now. You met this woman. She used to be an adult film star. You met her. She's the oldest girl at the strip club. You've known her for 3 weeks, and now you're talking about getting married. Man, have you bumped your head? She's perfect for me. Bro, are you high? She got 3 kids, about 4 different baby daddies. Like, people like, well, how is that possible? Because she's lying to one of them dudes. She's getting official child support from the 3 dudes, and then she got another dude giving her unofficial child support because she done told him these are one of your kids or whatever. And he's just like, whatever, baby. And she's still breaking him off a little bit every now and then. So he's still getting a little bit of sexual access, and he's cool with it. I've seen women do that, man. She got 3 kids by 3 different dudes, and there's 4 dudes giving her money. Am I mad at her? No, bro. Like, nah. Pimping her being pimp, bro. She's doing some real pimping right there. And then you got your homeboy talking about, I'm about to marry her after knowing her for 3 weeks. Like, have you lost your mind? You sound stupid right now. That's how dudes talk. Women, oh my God, what? That's so amazing. You found your life partner. You know what I mean? You found the one. Like, come on, shorty. You about to get wrecked.
She's triggered right now, but it's like, but here's the thing. You didn't have answers throughout the whole pod. Now you want to argue with me about morality and shit. It's like, no, facts are facts. Like, men are not monogamous by nature. Men want as many women as possible. The only thing that holds men a lot of times from having as many women as possible is their financial status, their attractiveness, their ability to have game and charisma, etc. But if you leave a man to his own devices, they're going to have multiple women. That's how it goes. Whether you agree with that is irrelevant. The facts are the facts.
At least he's being honest, though.
And I didn't say all men. I said a majority. Mm-hmm. So are there men out there that will be faithful in your dream world? Of course, but they're far and few between. And a lot of times you're not going to want them anyway because they're probably ugly and fat. That's why they're fucking monogamous. Ta-da!
Or weird.
You can also look at nature like animals. Like, women are meant to be like loved and like have a kid, and then the like male like, look at lions. The male
They
lion is
roam.
going to have sex with many to like make a bigger population.
Mhm.
That's just how it is. We have something in our body that makes us like more love because we are a baby machine to make the population bigger. That's just
Biology.
that is just facts. I hate to hear this myself, but this is just facts.
But you can still like, because everything he was saying, like it's true, but the
Yeah.
truth hurts. And like what she's saying, like I get
I
get you, you know. But like all of my friends think like this, all of my friends, and I like, from my past relationship, I just everything he's saying, that's what I learned from my past relationship. I never expect anything from a man because I know they're never gonna be faithful. I just know, and that's when they be unfaithful. When they be unfaithful, I'm not surprised. I'm just like, okay, and it doesn't hurt me because
See,
like, you know,
it's raining. What do you have? An umbrella. It rains on you, no umbrella, because she's preparing for the worst. You're not. You're assuming the best.
Well, why I don't understand why the notion of like negativity is pushed so hard. I think that's like
It's not.
why it's just like depressing. to
It's
me.
life.
But it's truth though.
But that's not true. There's a lot of beautiful things and people that happen in life. And why not think positively for once? Like,
No, you can think
Manifest it.
positive, but there's reality and truth. And if it's raining outside, you walk outside with an umbrella, you're gonna get wet.
whatever.
I don't.
I don't know.
like
That's
that's
fine
not,
then.
you're not wrong though. Like,
What's
you're-
negative about
your
men
thinking
wanting
is
to
not-
be promiscuous? Like I don't get. Like that's just a biological reality.
So just, you know what?
Fuck it.
Husbands can cheat.
I never said they can.
Um,
I just said they have a
It's
higher
all
proclivity
great.
to.
That's wonderful. Great.
See, only females get the privilege of being morons like this. No offense. Like, see, the thing with men is that we have to live in reality, right? If we're fat, losers, stupid, we immediately get negative ramifications for being idiots. Women, you can kind of go through life and say, I don't know to every answer and not really know how the world
I
works.
did answer
And
a
have
lot
an
of
idealistic
questions.
viewpoint on things and be fine. Make it 31 years old, relatively, naive and be like, oh God, life is great. Like for men, we have to accept reality. Most women don't like short guys. Most women don't like brokies. Most women don't like fat losers. Women don't want dorks. Hey, we have to either rise up and be attractive and get the women or not.
Yeah.
You on the other hand, well, guys don't cheat, right? Yeah, like I'm gonna find my ideal knight in shining armor that's gonna be great to me, make $100,000 plus a year, be 6'3", good looking, live in New York City, and be monogamous to me. No, it's not real. And your own experiences have validated what I've told you.
Yeah.
Men want other women. Period. You even said to yourself, I couldn't trust him. Well, get ready to not trust a bunch of motherfuckers.
That is true.
I'm telling you how men really think, and you want to sit here and argue with me, and your own experiences validate what I'm telling you.
He's doing me a favor, by the way.
I'm doing you a favor telling you the truth. You're 31 years old. You ain't got much more time.
Yep. TikTok.
So you
I didn't realize she was 31. And she's sitting there like, and the other women at the table, women from other countries that probably the one blonde haired, the bleached blonde girl, she's probably Eastern European. I don't know. The woman sitting next to Myron, I can't quite catch her accent. Maybe she's Eastern European or maybe she's Latin. I can't quite catch it. I have to hear her talk some more. But they're like, hey, man, everything he's saying is right. She's like, I get where you're coming from, sis. I wish that were the case, but hey, guy gets a chance to rock something. He's going to rock something. You know what I mean? But if you're married to the guy, you guys' last name, especially with no prenup, and he's very successful like that, like you working with that, bro. You have it. Like you have him, you have the name, you're doing your thing. It's definitely gonna work for you, shorty. You know what I mean? Moving forward, it's gonna work for you, shorty. But just understand he's gonna go out here from time to time and do his thing. If he's a top tier guy, even if he's a brokey and he got game, he's gonna wind up smashing something. If he's at McDonald's working or is it whatever restaurant he's working at, and one of the waitresses there decides she wants to do something with him, and you know what I mean, back in the break room, he's gonna get away with it. He's still gonna come home. It is what it is. If he gets the opportunity, he's gonna do it. Dr. B's in the building. What's good, fam? What's good, fam? I'm gonna be in Miami the weekend of March 15th, bro. You're gonna be there, I think, that later that week, man. So I might miss you, bro. I'm sorry, but I gotta go down there for I got family celebrating some things, so I gotta go down there for that. Oh, there it is right there, 20th to 25th. I'm just gonna miss you. I'm gonna be down there 15, 16, 17th. I'm gonna be there the weekend before, bro. If I can get back down there, I will let you know. Like, bro, that chick could not accept the fact that a high value guy is probably not gonna be faithful. Yeah, man. I'm just gonna miss you. But if I could double back and get right back down there the following weekend, I will. But I gotta be there March 15th. And that date just got locked in too, as a matter of fact, bro. Brother Grios, I'm gonna be in Miami the week of the 15th in February to film Big Mo's next video. That's what's up, man. I'll be down there in March. So I'll be down there. I'll be down there a month after you leave, man. So we got to set a date and do some stuff. I had to start early today, guys. Y'all know I got the show at 8:00 tonight. Doors open at 8. Show time is until 9:30. But I'm gonna have to leave here real quick. I got like 10 minutes. I want to wrap this up. I do want to get to the end of this video, but man, she 30 something years old. She's sitting there and she's sitting there thinking, right? She's trying to get her thoughts together, and it's like it's hitting her hard, especially when the other women are like, the two women been vocal about it, like, man, he's right, and the other two women are just quiet. The one is kind of nodding her head, right? The one, the one that has the overalls on with one breast exposed, that's kind of a weird outfit. But anyway, she's just kind of nodding her head, and the one in the middle is thinking, and it's just like there's nothing wrong with it. Yeah, SLS, bro, that's fire, bro. You and your people going, you already know what time it is, man. SLS is fire, man. That's right there where you want to be, right in the middle of Brickell. Brother Grills, let me know when so I can look and lock. Yeah, and lock in. I will be there. Like I said, I'll be there the weekend of March 15th. I'm gonna be in Miami. But yeah, man, I had to go early, man. I wanted to finish this up. We did an early show at noon today, talking some politics, and then I wanted to jump on this because I got to do the show. And then, of course, tomorrow we'll be back at our normal time. I'm probably going to do something early in the day on Downrange Podcast, talk some politics, but then I'll be back on I Really Want to Know to talk about some stuff. Yeah, because Brother Smeeble sent me that video on women who get plastic surgery and all that, and they talk to women about what guys want, reference plastic surgery, and they talk to guys about how they feel about women who get these augmentations, these upgrades, if you will. I kind of want to watch that video and kind of react to that, but we'll be back tomorrow at 6. We're about to wrap this up. Let's listen to the last little bit.
You can accept the
okay.
reality.
Yeah.
But being Delulu is the Delulu.
Right.
Living in a delusional world makes you feel better.
But thinking like that is only gonna get your heart broken by the end,
Okay.
All right.
You are. You're
Okay.
31 and still single. You're
Yeah.
delusional.
Little shorty, little blonde, the Eastern European, she's like living in a delusional world is not, it's only, wow, that's crazy. Like these women turned on her quick, like, yo, shorty, you out here. Like the other one was like, yeah, you might make you feel better, but you're living in a delusion right now. And then Myron's hammering at home. You're 30 something years old and you're still single. Like, what are you looking for? Right. I mean, she's at a point now, it's like, yeah, your beauty's only going to be there for so long. How many dudes did you pass up? How many top tier guys or, upper tier guys did you pass up trying to get the highest tier dude? And then you're looking for a guy who's never going to step out on you, but you want that guy to be like wealthy and successful and tall and all that other kind of stuff. Okay. Keep looking for it.
You are delusional. Clearly, it has your viewpoint of how the world works has not worked.
Yeah.
It hasn't. And time is ticking. 31 years old, you're 10 years past your prime. That's the reality.
Yep. TikTok.
You know what I mean? And you still don't got a guy. It's like you might want to change what you're doing. The definition of insanity is doing the same shit over again, expecting a different result. I'm telling you, men operate this way. If you don't like it, then cool. Then stay single. It's going to be very difficult for you to find a guy. But yeah, anyway. And if you don't like it, you can leave. You're more than welcome to leave.
Yeah, I don't know if she got up and left or whatever. It is what it is, but the truth hurts sometimes, and that's what the other two women were saying. Like, hey man, he ain't lying, he ain't talking crazy. This is how it works. This is how it works. Now, she's a very lovely woman. She's in her 30s, whatever. Can she get a guy? Yes, absolutely. She can get one tonight. There's dudes that jumped in her DMs calling Myron an asshole, calling Fresh, a loser, and saying, "Oh, baby, you're okay. I'm a high value man. I'll never cheat on you." And then she'll go look at their Instagram and be like, "You a dusty," and she don't want nothing to do with them guys, right? She wants what she wants, but she wants those people to conform to her ideals. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. It's very difficult to find that. Are those guys out there? Yeah, but they're probably already married. You need to lock them dudes in early. Oh, those guys are very, very, very hot commodity. Like Myron said, man, they are few and far between for real. And she's sitting there, she's thinking about it. This stuff is hitting home. She's sitting about it. And you got these women sitting at the table like, yeah, shorty. Like what you talking about? Yeah, shorty. You own one. 30 years old. She doesn't look her age. I mean, she looks a little bit older. I wouldn't have guessed 30, but I guess mid to late 20s. Yeah. But I mean, she could easily get a guy. Easily. Like most women that I come across, they can easily get me. Like you can get a dude like this. You have a guy right now. You probably got a legion of dudes that you done put in the friend zone. And they're all patiently waiting for you to come around. Patiently waiting for that text. Come on over. They can't wait. They get that text, come on over. Like, woohoo. They jump up and they're running over there. Patiently waiting on that. And she's just, nope, I want the highest tier man. I want my knight in shining armor to come up and just, he's mine, only mine, and no one else's. That's not going to happen. It's just so rare. It's so rare. But she wants a guy to come up and tell her that. Let her believe it. And then she'll get crushed when she finds out that he banged the maid or, him and his assistant were doing something or whatever the case may be. And that's how it is, man. That's just it. That's how it is, man. That's the game right there, y'all. That's the game. So ladies, get the dude, get the best guy you can as soon as you can, lock him in, get you a good dude, vet him while he's vetting you and be happy. But you get these placeholder dudes, you get this guy, and you're still trying to monkey branch your way over to the next guy. Now you're creating a monster because you done broke this dude's heart because he was lightweight delusional, thinking you wouldn't, thinking, hypergamy isn't a thing. He was lightweight delusional. Now he's going to wind up falling down that manosphere rabbit hole and learning all this stuff and reading all these books. He'll go read Myron's books. He'll go from calling Myron an asshole to buying Why Women Deserve Less and reading a book like this dude makes a lot of sense. He'll read the Unplugged Alpha. Man, Rich Cooper makes a lot of sense. He'll read Rollo Tomasi's book, The Rational Man. He'll be like, man, why didn't I learn all this stuff earlier? It happens to so many dudes. Why? Because they come across a woman who plays them to the left and they weren't able to see it because they weren't gamed up. It sucks. I know. It sucks. It sucks, man. It sucks, man. It is what it is. Brother Tez is in the building. It sucks. But you best get gamed up. If you're going to be out there looking at, trying to date or find your significant other, you best understand how it works, y'all. That's all I'm saying. Understand how it works. Right? Don't hate the player, hate the game. Y'all heard it. Y'all heard it. Y'all heard it here. Y'all heard it there. Y'all heard it everywhere. Don't hate the player, hate the game. Get yourself gamed up. Go out here so you are prepared to deal with what society is going to throw at you. And if you come across a woman like this, you understand what time it is. Don't lie to her. Tell her the truth. If you're gonna be faithful and you're gonna be committed to this woman or a woman like that, then uphold your word. Don't put yourself in situations where you might be out here messing around or you might do whatever. Don't put yourself in those situations. As simple as that. You know what I mean? Come at them and do what it is. Brother Ted's like, I'm going to do a video covering my red pill story. Man, you better make sure you send me a link to that. I want to make sure I watch that video, bro. I want to watch that video. I want to watch it. I want to catch that live. I'll be right there in the chat. I want to hear that story. I've heard bits and pieces over here, but I want to hear that story. And there's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with that awakening. There's nothing wrong with that epiphany for men to realize, like, man, this is how it is. And, good guys do, in fact, finish last. And I do have to get myself gamed up and I have to protect myself. And I'm going to have to go out here and do the work and become the best version of myself so I can get the majority of women to see me and I can pick as to what woman I want. And then I can move forward accordingly. And if it doesn't work, it's my fault. That's pretty much where I believe dudes should be. That's where Fresh and Fit is with it. They're like, hey, man, you watch their content. That's what they're trying to do. Hey, man, build yourself up so you can choose. If you want to be monogamous to one woman, fine. That's your choice. If you want to go out here and run a rotation and spin plates, fine. That's your choice. If you want to be a passport bro, fine. Right? If you want to just go your own way and not even deal with it, fine. But it's your choice. Right? You're not involuntarily placed in these different categories. You know what time it is. And I think that that's a good thing. I really do. Appreciate that, Brother Tiz. I think that's a good thing. Men need to understand that. And it's just fascinating to me, man. I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna close out, but it absolutely blows my mind the pushback that comes from the general public, the mainstream world, so to speak. The absolute pushback. They're like, oh my God. It's like you would think people over here plotting to destroy the universe. It's like, hey, man, just understand you find yourself in family court, you're probably gonna lose. Hey, man, you got something to, if you've built yourself up, you're gonna want to protect your assets. Hey, man, women aren't sugar and spice and everything nice, bro. Especially the older they get, the more experiences they have, the more scars they've earned, right? The more battles they've been in. You might want to stay away from that, bro. Right? Or you might want to deal with those type of women on your terms. Like, simple as that, man. Like, hey, man, this is how it works, bro. Find you a woman that makes more than you, which is hard. It's hard to get a woman to want to invest in you that earns more than you, but it can be done. How do you do it? You got to be gamed up. Got to know what you're doing. All these things, like, can in fact happen. All these things. So, I tell folks all the time, man, like, keep doing your research. Keep watching whatever platform you want to watch. If you want to watch Fresh and Fit, if you want to watch Rollo Tomasi, Michael Surtain, you want to watch Rich Cooper, you want to watch Coach Greg Adams, man, you want to watch Donovan Sharp, whoever you're watching, bro, whatever you're reading, right? Keep educating yourself on these tactics, man, and go out here and do the best you can to be successful. If you want to keep watching Uncle Slank, come over here. We're going to continue to have these conversations. Hey, everyone has their own take on it. My take is not identical to Fresh and Myron's, and my Fresh and Myron's take isn't identical to Rollo Tomasi's, and his isn't identical to Coach Greg Adams, and his isn't identical to Rich Cooper. It is what it is. People are getting gamed up. Women are getting gamed up too. They're watching. They're listening. And they're starting to modify their game. You see all these women walking around covering their head and stuff as if they're Muslim or some sort of religious thing, right? But women they're starting to just do it. They're not religious. They're just doing it, right? They're going for a different look. They want you to believe that they're pure, or somehow they're different. It's to separate them from the rest of the herd. Game, bro. Y'all better understand that. That's game. That's what's going on right now. That's what's going on right now. Y'all better be paying attention, gentlemen. Y'all better be paying attention. And best believe some of these women will allow you to be a placeholder boyfriend. They're going to get, like, the beta buck side of the equation. Shout out to Rollo Tomasi. He talks about the alpha, fucks and the beta bucks. The alpha ass and beta cash. You know what I mean? They want the betas to pay for stuff. They will get those guys, lock those guys in until they find a better option, and then they'll move on. And there's nothing wrong with that, bro. That's how the game is played. That's how the game is played. Don't you come in here talking crazy. Somebody, I didn't understand. I wanted the game to be my way. Like, bro, yeah, man. Yeah, I want the game to be my way too. When I play football, man, I would love to get 5 downs, homie. I would love to get 5 downs, just my team. Everybody else gets 4 downs, but we get 5. I would love that. And as a matter of fact, when we're playing defense, whenever we're on defense, the offense only gets 3 downs instead of 4. I would love that. But that's not how the game is played, is it? Learn how the game is played. I got to go, y'all. I got to wrap this up. Brother Tez, I'm trying to out there to you this year. Trying to get out here. Oh, man, come through, Tez. Come through, bro. You trying to get out here to Tampa, man? It's on, bro. It's on, man. I'm locking myself in with some of the best spots in Tampa, man. I'm really out here getting to know what's going on. As a matter of fact, I'm late. I got to go right now. Every Tuesday night we do a comedy show. We're the comedy arc at Status. Status is a nightclub over here in Tampa, and every Tuesday night we're doing those shows. We're bringing people in. We're having like special nights at Status. We're also trying to make inroads at some of the top hotels in Tampa. You know what I mean? Like, come check me out, bro. If you come out this way, man, we definitely got to get together, fam. We definitely got to get together. So, man, I look forward to seeing you, bro. So everybody who was here, man. Brother Grills, Dr. B, man. Appreciate you, Brother Tez, Brother Viking, Overwatch, as always. I gotta run, guys. I gotta run. I really appreciate everyone. And hey, man, I'll be back tomorrow around noon. We're gonna be talking about some stuff, and definitely be back at 6 p.m. our normal time, Eastern Standard Time, to talk about some more of this manosphere dating stuff, y'all. Until then, I'm gonna talk to y'all later, man. I'm DL Saint. This is the I Really Want to Know podcast. Peace.
Nothing like I've ever seen. It's just a thing of beauty.
Darn, that's the end.